Hey, what's up, guys? Alright, we just play some music. Alright, let me just go back to the project of the one that I'm gonna do. Oh, and I've actually forgot. On the 20 Wednesday. No, I actually opened up. No. I create a new file where I can actually start texturing things. Let's see. Oh, actually, no. I think I completed this. And then I was waiting. Said I was gonna start texturing the other parts today. I'm not sure. I'm just gonna open it and check. Ah, yeah. I was actually I'm actually done with this. That means I need to move on to next part. Okay. Not there. Yeah, the project is getting a little bit heavy actually. I think mostly it's because it's just trying to register all the materials. Yeah, I have like, unlike the old man project, this one doesn't actually have that much textures. Mostly is because of the metallic thing, which I just use the same thing. Right. Okay, I'm actually gonna do this one first, and then these ones are actually put together. This is actually a lot more simpler because I can just do one side. Actually, let me. And I can just okay. Then I actually make a duplicate of this, and then apply it. Apply those, and then just work on this. Remember I said that because it's what's this? It's on the side, it's on the side of the character instead of the front view. It's okay to have what's this? Let it be the same texture, not trying to make it different because it's not gonna be visible. Over here, we were gonna, although this one doesn't really show that much, but when you see this one, actually, you start to, over here, you start to tell that, okay, it's not exactly the same. So, that's why just keeping that mirror modifier on, it's okay, I guess. And then just unwrapping this one. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me open here real quick. Wait, I'm just gonna okay, I'm just gonna add supporting loops over here. I actually didn't realize there was no supporting loop in the middle. I mean, it looked fine already, but you know, just to make it a lot more better. Yeah, it's a lot more cleaner now. Alright, let's unwrap this. Ooh. How can I actually unwrap this? Actually, not. I'm gonna start with this one. That one, I don't know how to tackle it. This over here, okay. This one actually has supporting loops. This one I can actually think of it as a box, I guess, similar to the other one, but you know, that one is, I don't know, probably because it's the outer edges, you know, that just can't think of a way to unwrap it. Actually, what I'm gonna do is, you know, when you unwrapping something, you know, just keep the seams on areas where it's not gonna be visible. So the back side is definitely not gonna be visible, so that's probably where you want the seams to be. Basically, I know in this case that I'm doing, it's really not that helpful because I'm doing all the texturing in Blender, right? So it's not like I'm importing the textures in from Blender to another software. So, but if you're gonna do it in another software, you know, it's best to have this proper, you know, hide the seams. Actually, hide the seams so that it's not visible. Because other times, you find yourself with this when you texture, like especially when you texture in Photoshop, right? The seams, you know, it will show that the object is not it says because of the seams, it's not what is seamless basically. So other times, you know, you just don't want to go back and forth and, you know, make sure that it's a seamless texture, you know, all that. It kind of, it's annoying, I guess. So just to prevent yourself from all that, you know, it's best just to have to hide them in areas where it's not gonna be visible, basically. But other times, you know, you can't really avoid it. So when that happens, unfortunately, you are gonna have to, you know, go back and, I guess, clean up the seams. But if you have like software like, what's this? Substance Painter, then it's not really necessary, I guess, because I think you can upload the model into Substance Painter. I don't like the fact that it's going like this. Actually, I don't know what's causing that. Actually, what I can try and do is, actually, it's probably because of this spot. Okay, I'm just gonna extend the scene actually all the way up to, yeah, maybe. Yeah, all the way up to there. Should be a lot more thinner. Okay, no, it's overlapping now. Trying to see how that would look. Let's remove that. I'm actually gonna clear all this. Try and find another way to actually do this. Maybe like this could work. Is that over there, it's sending that all the other direction, so that's Yeah, no, this part is actually not working out. Bottom part. Okay, yeah, this is not how I wanted actually. This is stretching. That's the problem. So I want to avoid the stretch over here, but I don't know where. Stretch. Is it over here? Yeah, it's this actually. It seemed like a great idea to unwrap it like this, but it's creating this problem over here. So okay, let me actually relax this and let's see what it could do actually. Let's unpin that. It's kind of not helping actually. Clear all of this. I mean, the easiest way to do this is actually to just separate these two. I think that would give me better result. Is that just didn't want to do it this way. It's the simplest way to you know, unwrap this, I guess. Put a support maybe. No, actually wait. I think I left it for a reason. Oh, okay, this part. to see these corners. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to unwrap this. Yeah, let's just stick to that. I don't want to do it that way, but yeah, it's just, you know, giving me really weird results, which it's still doing it, but it's not as much as, you know, before, I guess. So stretching over here. Wait, let me just see if I place this like two seams over here. Okay, it's okay. Then it overlaps over here. Okay, that's, you know, that's what you don't want, any overlapping of these parts, because when what's this, when you texture in this, you know, it's gonna, once you texture this, the texture is also gonna show on this side, which is not what you want, basically. So here, I don't know what happened. I'm just gonna hide the rest. This separated these two actually. No, merge at center. Oh, this is gonna take some time actually. Actually, I wanted to see if I can find a faster way to do this. Probably, you know, what happened when I applied the mirror modifier actually. Wait, actually, okay, no, never mind. I was gonna try and merge by distance, but that probably might just merge all these other ones as well. So best, just do it this way. Now this feels like a terrible idea. I think the other way I could have done this is by just deleting one side again and then applying mirror modifier. Actually, that probably would have been the best solution for this. That I think about it. I don't see the point of trying it because I'm already almost done with it. Actually. What? Is this always one object? I think some way I actually combine these two. Probably here actually. Okay, it's here. What I can do is delete these ones. Anyways, I probably don't need those spaces, so it's a lot of that. Alright. Huh. Okay, that's interesting. Should update that, ensure that it's basically almost like a box. So because what's this? Um, I deleted the inside part. It should show over there, over here. Maybe that's what this is. Ah, okay, no. This shows. Okay. We're just gonna delete these faces and just stick with this. I feel like this one also doesn't need these faces. All right. See this? I actually wanted to move it the right actually. So let me move it a little bit. Yeah, like that. It's better here than on the side actually. I noticed it when I was avec Ashkun. Hey, what are you doing? I'm actually modeling, just unwrapping and then texturing this. I model a character, and right now I'm actually not just unwrapping everything all at once, but unwrap and then texture, unwrap and texture. But I'm done with the modeling stage, so how are you doing? It looks good. It looks hard. Needs a lot of time. Honestly, I feel like it depends on you know, how much of the fundamentals you know. I feel like if you have an understanding of 3D fundamentals, then you know it's obviously your skills are not gonna be that good from the beginning, but you know, just having the fundamentals just makes understanding, you know, the process a lot more easier, I guess. Nothing. Why? I'm looking. Now I'm just checking how you're feeling. Because I remember, like, the first time when I actually saw, well, when I opened a 3D software, it was overwhelming, you know, and I didn't do anything for quite some time because, you know, I didn't even know how to start, you know. All you see when you open, you know, is you can use these and then, you know, try and model things. I guess that was just overwhelming, I guess, for me. You have the skills. My patient could never. Yeah, that's one thing that you need actually, patience, I guess. Especially when some projects can take quite some time. Like the other one that I did took about 3 months to complete. So definitely, if you know, you need the patience to complete it, I guess. I do editing, but editing like this is out of my league. Actually, you know, I feel like if you know, okay, I don't know, you know, but for me, I know like my very first project. Let me show you my first project. Shit, where am I gonna get it? Do I even still have pictures of it? It was terrible, honestly, you know. So I feel like do I even still have it? At the time, you know, doing something like this, I just felt like it was out of my league. You know, it was actually a school project. Let's see. Is it? No. Some of these pictures. Shit. I honestly don't remember where my first project is actually, but it was terrible. The character was actually the worst character I think I've ever created. Yeah, no, I don't remember where the character is. But you know, it takes some time, I guess, you know, to get it to a specific level. Even right now, I still feel like my level is still lacking. You know, and one thing I can advise you, you know, is that if you get a mentor, the process will be a lot more faster. You know, learning all of this, if you want to really learn this, you know, get a mentor. It's just gonna be a lot more easier to understand everything. Yeah. Sloppy unwrapping, but it'll do for now. It's not an easy tasks to do, you need skills. Are you gonna sell this? No, this one, no. No, I haven't started selling my art. But this one, definitely, there are ones where I'm creating that I'm actually gonna start selling, but this one, it's just for portfolio. Okay, this, I honestly don't know how to unwrap this part. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna separate it into chunks actually, instead of just trying to unwrap it in one part. Maybe I can mark this part. Let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna leave it like that. It's actually a lot more better when it's like this. Now let's just separate this part. I feel like you know, unwrapping what's this? Hot surface models, right? You can actually just do it in instead of trying to unwrap the entire thing as one whole thing. You know, just do it on pieces like this. Because this wouldn't have worked. You know, it was stretching over here. That's why. All right, let's. Let's pack this. Now I can pack it. Because I'm not gonna, what's this? This is just gonna be the, you know, the UV space. Usually when I apply the mirror modifier, I keep all of these in one side, but over here I want them to have the same texture, so I'm just gonna use this entire texture space as what's this? As it is, I guess. Alright, let's unwrap this. Let's texture this actually. Oh, excuse me. What projects have you created? Like what have you modeled recently? Shit, actually I should have named that. Oh, it's actually side shield. When I paint this, I usually, you know, just it's too much to do all the work in one file, so I'm just gonna, I take this, I bring what's this, the object out into a new folder basically, and just texture it there. Unfortunately my computer can't handle it, so I have to compromise, you know. Gonna check them. I should have actually checked those. Actually, just gonna go back and what's this? Fix some of those. I unwrapped those so quickly because I wanted to start the texture and that, you know, I didn't place this properly. I don't like it, you know, when it's too close to the edge, I guess. Also, one thing what you can do, right now these have like what's this, same what's this, texture space. This is actually the back part, right? Because of that, I can actually just make this a lot more smaller. It doesn't have to be you know, take up as much space as the front part, I guess. Same with this one, I can just make these ones about the same size actually. Yeah, and then blender stopped. Select these and increase the scale. All right. Oh shit, okay, no, not this one. Alright, yeah, updated. Just gonna also append the textures that I've done from the other projects, I guess. I mean, at this point, I feel like I've done so many what's this textures that I don't, you know, unless if I'm gonna hand paint it, right, there's no, it's no longer necessary for me to actually just start texture from scratch. You know, I can just take those details from other projects that I've done and then just, you know, paste them in here. What am I looking for? Just gonna make the entire process a lot more faster actually. Wait, what? Alright, this, I think also with the base, right, actually I think the texture for the base that I've done here is actually pretty good, right, to the point where I can just take all that you know, that node tree that I've created and just reuse that over and over, I guess. And now it's slow. Let me save this. It still feels like it's gonna be a little bit pixelated, but let's try and move it to 5. Okay, that is too much. Oh man, okay, let's stick with this actually. Interesting. Wait, I'm actually gonna apply this. Just wanted to see something. Okay, oh no, it's the same. Alright, let's texture this. I feel like over here it's gonna be pixelated. That's one thing that I've actually started noticing, is that I didn't what's this? These you know, base models, you're gonna need to have what's this? Make sure that they are, you know, the distance between the polys, you know, it's actually even. Other times you might find that, you know, when you look at it, it looks like a rectangle. Basically, you want the poly to actually look like a square rather than a rectangle. that is the proper way of actually doing it. You don't want other areas to stretch, and look like rectangles basically. Like for instance, over here, actually, these ones create let me try and only isolate this. Oh shit. These ones here are just gonna actually basically they look like rectangles rather than squares, which that's what you want to avoid, I guess. Over here you can tell that that's actually a rectangle. Actually, the proper way of having this model is like this. You want it as squares, and I know other times it's not really necessary, but especially if you're gonna use what's this, if you're gonna use because I'm using vertex paint to color this, right, and I need these as squares. If you're gonna use texture paint, then it's really not necessary. You're just gonna be wasting your time, I guess. The problem is when those rectangles, then it just makes the entire thing a lot more pixelated, I guess. Pixelated. I've noticed that on the, when I was doing the, what do you call these? Yeah, shit, actually, forgot about this. Oh man, still need to. At some point, I will definitely also model Rex. Rex is probably my favorite stormtrooper actually, so I need to make him. Let me just show you what I mean actually. This is a lot more slower than it has to be. One thing with texture paint actually, the reason why I don't use it is because the smoothing button does, just lags a lot. But if you're actually good at texturing and you don't want to smooth things, you can just smooth things by blending the colors. That's terrific. Actually, texture paint is a lot more faster if you do that, but for me, who's not that good with that vertex, I guess I go to vertex paint, and that's one thing I actually don't understand, why texture paint smoothing is so slow, and when it comes to vertex, smoothing things is actually a lot more faster. Even when like for me, even when I really have the have it at a really low resolution, it's still, it's just doesn't give me the result that I want, I guess. So if you want to smooth this, it's just a lot more better to smooth it. But I actually wanted to show this part. Look at that. You can, it's a lot more pixelated than when you see it as this. The cubes are, I guess, they are closer to one another. The distance is actually about the same, and then here, because of the stretch over here, that's just makes it a lot more pixelated because of this distance that's created here. Actually more visible when you do it like this.
Can't find my way back to you. I'm lost again. I don't wanna run from all of this. I'm bulletproof, nothing to lose. So break me. I'm falling hard, don't help me. I've been
Oh shit, there's actually a pattern over here. I don't even know what pattern that is. How can I get this? What pattern is that that you have? Looks like a flowery pattern actually. You know what, I'm just gonna try and guess it. But here it looks like yeah, that pattern and then like that. So what I can do is do the same on the other side basically. Let's move this down here. Still want the wireframe, but I'm just gonna reduce the opacity. The backside I really texture it, but if it's gonna be visible, I feel like if you're gonna see it, then just add a little bit of detail. But here, still don't understand why actually when I texture this, it textures the back as well, the same for this. Is it something that I've pressed? It has to do with the brush, right? No, that's something I'll have to check while I'm off stream actually, because I don't know why it's affecting the other side when I texture this side. I think it's a recent thing. Before it actually did not use something like this. Actually, on this project where it's starting to do that actually. I don't know how long. I was actually watching this. It's this tutorial. I always watch it and repeat some of it. But today, as I was watching it, I noticed that it took him about like what's this? This guy is actually one of those high professional guys, I guess. It took him about 30 what about 30 okay, the entire length of the video is 32 hours, which for me, I'm wondering, did it take him 32 hours to complete the project, or is it just the videos that he when you compile all the videos, it just leads to 32 hours. But whenever I see that, because that would mean if he actually did it straight up, from start to scratch, and it took him literally 32 hours to complete the project, that's actually quite fast, especially if you're doing a realistic character, right? But I'm sure it must have taken him a lot more longer than that. The thing is, when you're working and talking, your process is actually, I feel like your process is actually a lot more slower than when you're just working. because there are other times when you stop, you know, and try and explain certain things, I guess. And then when you're just working, you know, you just focus on the work. There's nothing else that's distracting you to do that, you know, same thing, I guess. But for a person who makes a video, you know, a tutorial, I'm just wondering, um, does it take the same time as the tutorial time that shows, or is it a lot more longer? Right, I think that's enough of the gray. We also just add some over here. Right. Okay, yeah, this is where I need to have the mirror thing. I think I can use the Y. Yeah. It's something like this. Actually, before that, excuse me. You know, for the longest time, I feel one thing I struggled with was actually getting the understanding how certain things, especially complex objects, right, are modeled. Like, I remember whenever I started modeling, what's this? Anything actually, it's weird. I usually made it one object, you know, instead of separating it into two objects, I guess. Oh wow, that actually looks like a bird actually. Almost like I'm making that marine sign from One Piece. Uh, but anyways, back to the point. I made I would model things, making it as one object, I guess. And the thought of making it into separate objects, just I guess I couldn't wrap my couldn't understand it, I guess. Um, and I think that actually made the entire process a lot more slower, to actually model something. Because right now I was actually looking at what's this, the wireframe of this project where they were making a car, right? And when I saw that, so many things, I just started noticing certain parts where I was like, oh, okay, that's a separate part, that's a separate part. Before, I just when you see these type of things, you just assume it's one thing, or in some way you assume there are other parts where it's just connected basically, but it's actually not the case. Just trying to understand this part. There's this part where there's a gray area in the middle, so on this one there's actually nothing, so I think that's the only reference where I have that shield. Yeah, no, it's the only reference that I have actually. What I can do is I can make it almost like a leaf object, I guess. Maybe something like then make it like that. Some kind of leaf or object like that. I can't make sense of what that is actually, so I think this would do. So I'm getting that bird feeling from just watching this.
Increasing my strength when I remember myself. Life can be hard, but it's what we do. Figured
That's the thing with vertex paint. You know, unless if you have enough, you know, vertex point to, you know, to not have this, I guess, then the object will definitely have pixelated look. Okay, it's not exactly it, but it's something, I guess. Right, and I can just start removing certain blue parts. I also don't want this to feel like it's too much of, you know.
Countdown, feel the ticking in my ears. No, is it near the end? Fade out till I disappear. No, 'cause look the other way. You'll meet you face to face. Words they float away when I'm losing the race. 'Cause I can't play this game. 'Cause I'm still afraid the things you say, hiding numbers to my days. What if you doubt yourself? Things will never be the same.
Okay, let me just save this. Just want a few, you know, blue areas where it's it feels like it's wearing off, I guess. Let's just use that. Other times, you know, it just feels like it's too much. Actually, what I want is for it to look like brush strokes, I guess. By the way, there's this tool, I'm sure you guys must have heard it. It's let's use this first. It's called hard ops. If you're a person who does hard surface, that is an amazing tool. I know it. It's an add-on actually, which it costs. I don't know how much it costs actually, but I would say that if you're a person who wants to do hard surface modeling, but you don't want to do all the cleanup that actually I feel like it's not it has nothing to do with cleanup, but it usually when you do these detailed type of things, it's a lot more easier to do it using that the tool rather than doing it manually. It's fast, it gets you the result as soon as you create it, I guess. Although the things, whatever you're creating will end up as an end goal anyways, but there is a way to unless if you want to texture it the way I'm texturing it, which that's gonna be difficult. You're gonna have to clean up the angles, but if you're using texture paint, hard ops it's a useful tool to have, I guess. I think it costs about like the last time I checked was like I think $30 or something like that. I don't remember the actual price of it. Obviously they keep updating it, and I'm sure they they make it a lot more better, but it's just one thing to use if you're searching for a faster way to do things, I guess. Because these days, creating art is all about how fast you can create the art. It's also obviously while also retaining the quality, I guess. And these add-ons are actually they're helpful, I guess. I don't know what it is about many artists, uh, not liking the idea of using add-ons. Actually, no, I've seen some artists actually use add-ons, but it's mostly like I wouldn't say beginner artists, but um, intermediate artists, myself included. uh, don't like the process of it being easy, I guess. Too easy, but then when it comes to know because when something is not easy, it usually takes time, and then that um, just if you don't have the motivation for it, I guess it's you're just gonna end up with projects which don't ever which you don't really ever post them, I guess. Just incomplete projects basically, which I have so many of them actually. I guess it's one of those things where I don't know how to complete them. The drive for them is not um it's not the same, I guess, as when I started out. And so okay, I want to do this character. Most of them is actually I feel like it once they reach the texturing point, that's where it's no longer this my drive is no longer the same, I guess. Which is why you need to find a way to um what's this push yourself into doing certain things, I guess, that you feel like what's this if you do it, you will have the drive to do to finish the project basically. And honestly, I'm not gonna lie, streaming is one of them for me. It's the reason why I stream, because I feel like if when people are watching you, I've actually noticed it when I was in university, but then then I just didn't really pay it. I didn't actually consider it. I just noticed it that when people are watching you, you are definitely gonna finish the project. Versus even if it's just one person, because now it's no longer about you when you feel like you wanna finish the project. It's now about I need to be dedicated to it because there's someone else watching this, and they also want to see the end of the process, I guess. Versus when you're doing it alone, it's like, oh, okay, no, I've hit a wall, then I don't need to continue anymore. I'm just gonna stop with this project, and then you might find yourself switching from one project to another, basically. For me, I feel like streaming, just pushes me to actually finish a project, even if it takes long. It's still, it helps me finish the project. Or maybe it's just me, I guess. Maybe I just feel that way. that when people are watching me, I need to finish the project. I get more motivated, I guess, especially when like in university. I remember when there are other people in the room doing their project as well, it becomes competitive, saying that, oh, okay, this guy did this, okay, I want to best that, let me do this as well. Versus when you're just doing it, it's like, oh, okay, no, I did my best, let's leave it like that. You know, it doesn't, I can always continue it tomorrow. That's one thing, that hits me some of the time. I do a project and then like, tomorrow is still another day for this. Let me not push it, you know, to finish it as quick as possible. And that's how actually, you don't realize it, but slowly you're just delaying the project. For me, that's actually when I've started realizing it, when I have these type of thoughts, that that's when the project has reached a point where I'm no longer as motivated to create, to continue the project. Because other times it could be, for other different reasons. But for me, I would say what lacks, what what causes me to lack the motivation to continue the project is that I start to realize that the project is actually a lot more bigger than I realized it. Because I remember I was creating a car, right? And the idea of creating that car is I'm gonna model both the interior and the exterior of the car. Starting the project, I went through it. I modeled what's this? I modeled the wheels. I usually start with the wheels and then the body, I guess. Then what was left was unwrapping and then modeling the inside. And I started realizing, taking all these pictures of what I think it was. I was actually doing the Fiat Punto. Actually, I started searching for the exterior of the car, and that's when that motivation actually just disappeared. I was like, oh man, I still have to do this. You know what? I'll finish it tomorrow. And then that tomorrow never came, I guess. Another project just showed up, and so yeah, I feel like if you're in a place where you're competitive about project, you will finish things a lot more faster. It will motivate you to actually just finish the project rather than finding inspirations every time. And also, like I remember, what's this? Also, the way you end the project that day. If you end the project feeling like okay, I'm finishing it, I don't want, I'll do it tomorrow, instead of ending it on a happy note, that's actually gonna affect you from completing the project, I guess. So it's like a combination of finding a way to force yourself into completing the project. Whatever it is that that if you're in that environment, you're definitely gonna finish the project. and also ending the project on a happy note, which the last part, ending the project on a happy note, that's, or whatever you're modeling for that day, right, on a happy note. It's difficult, honestly, because you might just find yourself trying to model a certain piece, and then you're struggling to get the result to look the same. That will definitely demotivate you. So it's about knowing what it is that when you model, you know, makes you happy, and what doesn't make you happy. I know for my case that if I'm gonna model and I model a clothing part, you know, even if it's terrible, I somehow get that, sense of achievement, because I know that my clothing, the previous ones that I've created so far are terrible. So I know that whatever I create that day, it'll probably be better than the previous one. So that's how I usually end it. Or what I do is model, go back to a face and model, and try and create the face. That because that for me is, it's a lot more easier, I guess, to model the face than any other, the face and the body, I guess, the base of the character. It's a lot more easier to model that than any other thing, I guess. So when I end, I usually just go back to one of those, and then do that, I guess. The point is, you don't want to end with, okay, yeah, that's it for today, let me leave it for tomorrow. You want to think of, okay, what am I going to do, to improve upon the project tomorrow, that kind of happy note. Mm, mm, mm. Mm. One thing for me that I know I will never end the project with is unwrapping. Um, I mean, if I do, it's very unlikely, I guess. or I just, I don't know, maybe I'm in a rush. I guess that will probably be the cause of it, but I will never end. I don't remember actually doing it, ending the stream while unwrapping. That just leaves me in a mood that I actually don't want. I guess. Right.
You can see straight through my light. Oh, there's something in my chest that I can't
Interesting.
hide. When feelings get involved, I'm
I
terrified.
usually just do this, even if it's like this,
I've
because
been
at least
here before,
you're not gonna
seen
see
the
that much of it, but if you do see it, you're just gonna realize that it's not just a plain texture on the back of this.
bright.
It's just
Are you the
the
one
mess of
that tried to
this,
walk? I wish
left
I'd
over here, I
find.
guess.
Oh,
I thought it was actually because of the polys are flipped, but it's actually not
how
that.
can
So
I love when
I
I've
don't know
been
what's
down
causing that.
a hundred times? For you, I give it one
It could
more
be actually, you know
try.
what I think it is. No, it shouldn't be that. But actually, what I actually thought is the fact that this model is actually quite small, because I've noticed it when, especially like when you're doing some kind of lighting, uh, lighting the environment, right? If the model is actually quite small, it's just gonna pass through the whatever. If the environment itself is actually small and not the exact, a reflection of actual, the actual diameters of a room, the light is just gonna pass through the, whatever it is. I don't know why it does that, like, but yeah, that's one thing I've noticed actually. So maybe that could be the same thing applying here, that this model is actually quite small, that which causes this to just go to the other side. I don't know. Blue gray. Oh, okay. Let's remove this. Ah, Blender just please don't crash. Oh, it's paused. You know, it's actually okay, it's moving, so why isn't it saving it? I know I have autosave, but you know, every time it crashes, it pauses. I guess it's just a little bit terrifying because sometimes you know that autosave is actually weird because it doesn't, you know, save all the time. I guess. I'm actually done with this. I'm just left with, yeah, I'm actually brushing through this a lot more faster than I usually do.
Mama said you're meant to burn as bright as a star midnight sky. All the pressure blinded me, but now I see I'm no different from the rest. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling. But I keep on falling. We're all searching for that open door. Show me proof that there is something more. I just hope I am okay with the choices I make. Maybe then I'll understand. You said I'd fly away, but my walls have kept me down. Now I'm lost and I'm afraid, and I'm close to hit the ground. You said I'd fly away. You said I'd fly anyway, but I keep on falling.
All right. I think this one is also finished. Let's just check out. Let's change this.
But I keep on falling. Back to time. I've been busy running my mouth dry, speaking lines of how to find higher hopes and sensibilities meant for me. Let's dive in, create a problem just to fix it. The perfect fit. We're back to time, catching up on all the things we missed, all our interests.
Alright. Just gonna save this. Guys, that's it for today. Actually, this is definitely pixelated. This type of detail, it's, you know, these pixelated details, it's difficult to actually fix them here. That's why I bake these things, so that I can just fix them in the bake, I guess, rather than trying to fix them over here. Anyways, that's it for today, guys. Alright, it's okay, I guess. It does seem similar to this from a certain angle, I guess. Just comparing these two. Anyways, guys, yeah, thanks for watching, guys. The next stream will be on Monday, same time, from 12 to 2 o'clock, Middle Eastern time. Hope you guys enjoy your weekend, and yeah, cheers. See you on Monday, guys.